Very good morning, students. Welcome to Gyanmajari Vidyapith Mahuva online digital platform. As you know, I am your science teacher Vatsal Trivedi. Today we are discussed on the biology unit number 2. So today we are the discuss the topic of day 14. So before we start, let us solve one question regarding the previous day. So here the practice question number 13.1 on your supplementary book SB16. So please open your book and write your question. Here the question number 13.1 is that explain with the example of how plant adapt to grasslands, relate the adaptation to the habit and the its abiotic factors. So answer like that. Okay, sorry. Asian trees are plants founded in a grasslands. There is a very little water grasslands, so the roots of the Asia trees reach deep underground to the increase water absorption. It is very hot and there is a lots of sunlight in the region, so trees also have a tiny leaves to the minimize water loss through the transpiration process. So here the transpiration process are works, and next we can write the Asia trees have a umbrella shaped top to the increase absorption of the sunlight. They have a thorns to prevent animals from eating them. Now let us watch one video about the today's topic. So let's start it.
In this video, we will be learning about an aquatic habitat, the oceans. The oceans cover about 70% of the Earth's surface. They are very deep, with the deepest part measuring approximately 11 kilometers. As we go deeper in the ocean, it gets colder and darker. Oceans contain salt water and they have oxygen dissolved in the water. There are hundreds and thousands of organisms found in the ocean, like fish, octopus, dolphin, whales, and seaweed. How are these organisms adapted to live in the ocean? Let us first take a look at the adaptations of a fish. Fish are found near the surface of the ocean as well as deep inside it. They have a few common adaptations. Their body is streamlined with slippery scales to help them move in water. Do you know what a streamlined shape is? Observe the shape of a rocket and how it is pointed at one end. Streamlining makes it faster for objects and animals to move in fluids. Fish also have flat fins, which help them change direction easily and balance themselves in the water. Instead of lungs, fish have gills that allow them to use oxygen dissolved in the water. Have you ever observed an octopus? Does it have a streamlined shape? No. An octopus has 8 limbs, which help it in catching prey. However, when they catch their prey, octopus change their shape and become streamlined in order to move quicker. Animals like whales and dolphins do not have gills and have lungs instead. They have nostrils on the top of their heads called blowholes. So they come to the surface of the water to breathe and can then stay underwater for a long time. For example, whales can hold their breath for 60 minutes. Whales and dolphins can go deeper in the ocean where it gets colder. So they have a thick layer of insulating rubber to keep warm. Let's now look at plants found in the ocean. Seaweeds grow on rocks found in the ocean to avoid being swept away by strong currents. They are long and grow towards the surface of the water for sunlight in order to perform photosynthesis. Seaweed is not found deep in the ocean because sunlight cannot reach the depths. In conclusion, oceans are very large bodies of water, and as they get deeper, they get colder and darker. Important salts and oxygen are dissolved in ocean water. Animals living in the ocean have adaptations such as streamlined shapes, gills, or blowholes to breathe. Plants in the ocean are long and tend to grow towards the surface of the water in order to reach sunlight.
Now, by use of this video, let us solve the practice question number 14. First, practice question number 14 or SB18, fill in the blanks table with the description of the abiotic factors in the ocean and the specific example and of animal and plant adaptation for each and abiotic factor. So as you know that we are already learn about the different steps of habitat. So same here we can fill full these all information that are available in this table. So first I'll write air, there is abiotic factor. So dissolve in water. Fish have gills to use the dissolved oxygen in water. Whales have the blowholes and came to the surface of the water. Next, carbon dioxide is dissolved in water, so it can be used by the plants during the photosynthesis. And the next is water. It is a large body of water. Fish have the fins to swim in the water and they change direction. Then the sweat grows on rocks for anchor stability. Last one is the temperature. Temperature के अंदर हम देखेंगे as get us deeper in get the colder darker. Whales have the blubber to the keep them warm. Sweat grows towards the surface of the water and the sunlight. सो आई होप आप सबको ये पूरा वीडियो के अंदर जो कुछ भी कॉन्सेप्ट था कंटेंट था वो आपको समझ में आ चुका होगा कि पानी के अंदर रहने वाले जो कुछ भी ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं इसके अंदर प्लांट्स भी आ जाएगा और एनिमल्स भी आ जाएगा जिसको हम एक्वेटिक एनिमल्स और एक्वेटिक प्लांट्स बोलते हैं. सो इट हैज what is the special features that have. Okay, so for an example it has a lungs, it has a gills also, and it has a blowhole for a respiration process. So there is a special features. By help of these features they are survive in the particular area or a particular water. Now next solve practice question number 14. 14.2 on your SB18. How is the fish adapt to give the ocean? So we can write like these points. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको याद रखने के लिए ये पॉइंट आपको याद रखना जरूरी है. एडेप्शन ऑफ बॉडी शेप, एडेप्शन ऑफ फिन्स और एडेप्शन ऑफ गिल्स. सो फर्स्ट आई विल राइट a fish adapted to live in the ocean in the flowing ways. First, streamlined body and slippery scales to help move in water. Next, flat fins to change direction easily and the balance in water. And the last one is gills, allows them to use of oxygen that dissolve in the water. Next, 14.3, how is an octopus different to a fish in its adaptation? So you can write, the octopus does not have the streamlined body like fish. However, when they move to catch their prey, they can change their shape to become a more streamlined. Now the next question is that describe the adaptation of whales. So the whales have a blowholes on the top of their hands which help to in breathing. Next, they come to the surface of water to breathe and can stay underwater for a long time. Whales have a blubber to keep them warm. Now the next is a 14.5. How are the abiotic factors different between the aquatic habitats or terrestrial habitats? So aquatic habitats found in a deep iceland on the floor of the habit. Different types of terrestrial habitat have a different types of soil, and in a water contains either the salt water or a fresh water, and in a terrestrial habitat found in the soil, ponds and river. Gets colder and darker as it gets deeper in aquatic habitat, and the terrestrial habitat gets colder in elevated regions. Now, in aquatic habitat, it is a dissolved in water, and air is available in everywhere in a terrestrial habitat. So you have to write this 14.5. Now next, features and adaptation in ponds habitats. So think that what type of habitat is this? So you have to know, you know that, sir, this is a pond. Yes, ponds are shallow water bodies and they are surrounding by the land. They contain a fresh water, उसके पास fresh water होता है. Lake have some features as a ponds but are the larger in size. उसके features ponds जैसे ही होते हैं lakes और ponds के features, but there is a difference is size. But first let us understood the difference between ocean and ponds. दोनों के बीच में क्या difference है? Let us understood. Oceans are deep, hence ponds are shallow. In ocean there is a salt water, and in ponds there is a fresh water. Partially surrounded by land and surrounded by the land on all sides, and get colder and darker as we go deeper in the oceans. Temperature consists as there are shells. Now, which animals are found in ponds? Frogs, fish, etc. Frogs can live in ponds or the surrounding lands. Frogs have a webbed feet to move on land and swim water. तो उसके फीट जो फिट होता है वो वेब्ड फिट होता है, वो चलने के लिए और तैरने के लिए दोनों में काम करता है. They also have a strong back legs to get to lamp and catch their prey. Near the surface of the water there is a lots of sunlight and food, so many fish can be found living near of the surface. In plants found in ponds, the main function of the roots is to anchor the plant to the soil at bottom. The stems of the plants are long and hollow and light. They are grow upwards to the surface of water and absorb the minimum sunlight. Some plants have a narrow and thin ribbon-like leaves. They can bend into the flowing water. Plants found underwater have a highly divided leaves, so the water can easily flow through without damaging them. Lotus have a wide, disc-shaped leaves which helps to them float on water and absorb the large amount of sunlight. तो इसकी वजह से वो पानी के ऊपर तैर सकता है. So let us summarize. Adaptation of frogs. Lives in a ponds or land. Webbed feet move on the land and swim in water. It has a strong back legs to lamp and catch their prey. And the adaptation of fish found living near the surface of the water, and the main function of root is the anchor of the plant. Stems are long, hollow and light. Stems grow upwards to the surface of water and narrow and thin ribbon like leaves. Wide disc shaped leaves which helps to them float in water and absorb the large amount of sunlight. Okay, now next practice question number 15. Fill in the blanks. सेम इट इज जो हमने पिछले जो लेक के पॉन्ड्स के सॉरी ओशन के अंदर जो कुछ भी हमने फिलअप किया था, सेम टेबल अगेन. सो आंसर ऑन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. यस, इट इज आंसर. सो यू हैव टू राइट आंसर ओवन. सब कुछ आपको लिखना है जो हमने अभी डिस्कस कर दिया है. सो यहाँ पे मैं आपको आंसर दिखा रहा हूँ. यू हैव टू राइट, पॉज द स्क्रीन and write your answer. Now next 15.2, what are the difference between the ocean and ponds? क्या होता है? So let us write. It has a large body, salt water, deep water body. As it gets deeper, it gets a colder and darker and partially cover land. So it is all a ocean. Then in pond, there is a small water body, fresh water, shallow water body. Temperature is consist as a pond is shallow, completely surrounding by land. Now next is a 15.3. Draw a plant found in a ponds or lakes and write the adaptations of this plant. So let us draw. You have to draw this picture. Then write adaptation of plant. The main function of root, it is to anchor the plant soil. The stems are long, hollow and light. They grow upwards to the surface of water and the plant has a narrow and thin ribbon like a leaves. So students, today we are stop here. All the question that we are solve in this video, you have to write in your Fairbook with the proper handwriting and click the photo and submit to me within a 3 o'clock. It is a compulsory to all of you. And now we are stop here. If any types of doubt, please ask me. I will definitely solve your doubt. So now stay happy, stay home. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care. Fun with science. Enjoy the science.